Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Calmsden Farms here in Farming Simulator 22 with me, CWATTY. It is the start of a lovely new morning, and the tractor's been serviced overnight after its long, arduous day of ploughing, cultivating, and bone collecting.
Of no farming?
Yeah. We could grease up.
Oh.
Look at me like that.
You mean grease all the nipples?
Yeah, grease the nipples.
Right, we've got an hour, we can grease nipples.
We're giving it a bit of a tune-up. Make sure it's in fighting form, because it's got another long day ahead of it today, because today we're going to be doing some seeding, ladies and gentlemen. If I can actually navigate round my farm. I'm going to need some fuel. Oh yes, we got all the fields stone picked yesterday. Got all of the cultivating contracts completed. I then spent 126,000 on a brand new seeder, which we're going to use for crops in our field. So let's head off down to the store. Whoa. And grab that quickly. We're going to fill it up with seed and fertilizer. As well. Not check the contract situation today. I don't think I'm likely to divert away from what I'm doing. Worry about contracting. Depends if Gerald's available to jump in the tractor if need be. But we can have a look. And my seeder should be ready to collect. Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. It's not a red one. It's not a red one like Clarkson said when Caleb asked him, what seeder have you got? He says, oh, red one. Turns out it's not actually red, it was yellow. So I've got myself a yellow seeder as well.
What drill have you got?
A red one.
A red one?
It's coloured red, it's red, or is it orange? It's reddy orange.
Reddy orange.
Right. We need pallets of solid fertilizer, do we? Maybe cheaper to get the bags again. Might be cheaper to get the bags. Probably squeeze a little bit more in there. try another 2. See if that'll be enough to fill it with seed. First of all, don't actually know how much this holds. $6,000 litres on the dot. Right, okay. So, quick maths check tells me that if its capacity is 12,000, then that means it requires 6,000 litres of fertiliser too. There's more of my money. Dang, flabby. We are going to use fertiliser because we haven't fertilised any of the fields prior to doing this. Yeah. Right. So, quick check. First of all, what are we allowed to actually seed? Wheat, barley, canola, and oats. Okay. A quick check of the contract screen says there is some sowing. The seeding contracts to do, worth a few quid. No transport contracts that we can do because we don't have any of that material. Okay. Onwards and upwards then, everybody. So, first crop I want to sow is going to be some oats. I'm going to sow it on the small field, field 6. These trees make it very difficult to see. What's weird as well is I've got to do this without the aid of GPS, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't have it on our tractor. Just got so accustomed to doing it. Right, let's turn the beacons off.
First, though, I had to get to grips with the fearsomely complicated seed drill, which turned out to be neither red nor orange. So as we go along, there are 9 of these on the...
Yeah.
That splits, it creates a little mound.
That's it, yeah. Creates...
And then the seed comes down here, 2 seeds. One goes to the left-hand side.
That's it.
And one goes to the right, and is planted...
Like that. That's
a couple of inches down.
Yeah, apart, yeah.
It's machine gunning the ground.
Yeah.
With goodness and nutrients.
Right, we are seeding, ladies and gentlemen. And no, I'm not going to be worried about doing tram lines. We're not going to be doing any of that business. There's no chance of me cocking that up. No chance at all. do wish we could keep the wildlife off the fields. But we're doing it. We're seeding. Our first crop. We're 100% responsible for. Going in the ground. A nice second headland, and again I can start working north south or left right, probably north south, probably easier on this field because there's nothing really for me to drive into at the bottom. But yeah, we've got plenty of seeding to do. Get our crops in the ground, ready for next year. One field we might have to leave empty for now though, because I wanted to plant sorghum, but I don't think we're allowed to plant that just yet. I don't think we're allowed to plant sorghum. I think that's got to be planted in the spring if we're doing it. Certainly we can get our canola planted and also our wheat. And then we'll get a nice screenshot for the thumbnail. I feel at this point it's almost easier to keep going around the field this way. We'll see. Do this row and then we might start just working in straight rows. Right. This is where I rely now on my own usage of the compass. 255 degrees. Did just miss the corner over here, so I need to quickly do that. Right. Now back. There we go. Easy. As easy as it looks on the telly. This is. But yeah, stone picking got done. Cultivating got done. We didn't work that late into the night, actually, as it turns out. It was done by about 7 PM. So I took the tractor to the workshop, gave it a bit of a repair and a tune-up before retiring to the house and browsing the dealership to find out what seeder I was going to get ourselves out with, and I got this lovely seeder. It's going to cost us a few quid now in seed and fertiliser to plant all these fields, but these will have our crops. Like I say, I elected not to bother with the lime spreading this year. I just felt it was a step too far, really. I mean, to get my own rock crusher to make lime, it was going to cost 15 grand to buy and place that. Then we'd have needed some kind of spreading contraption on top of that, and they're not cheap. Especially as I'm kind of eyeing up the possibility of getting myself a fertilizer sprayer, a self-propelled sprayer, do the fertilizing once the crop is growing, because well, because we don't have care tyres available on our tractor. Simple, really. But again, I'm going to need about 200 grand for a self-propelled sprayer. Unless there's one in the second-hand market. Not checked the second-hand market the last couple of days. Shall we just have a quick look? Right. Well, there's a sprayer there. Spreader, that only does fertilizer though. Doesn't do lime as well. Ah, it does lime. Big manure spreader for 73,000. Bradle for 37,000. 50% off. A lizard big pack. 63% off. Wow, if we got that and a wrapper. We could do silage bales, baby. Weeders, we don't need to worry about weeders. We live in the UK, there's no such thing as weeds. But anyway, let's carry on, get some seeding done. Now, one of the things I might do, or might need to do, is obviously need to go and get some more seed and fertilizer. And obviously it would be better to have it somewhere at the farm rather than have to keep, you know, having to go and pick it up from the store. Just a few spots there. I think I missed one back here somewhere as well, you know. Yeah, there's a couple of spots there I missed. I wouldn't bother. As soon as we're taking a hit on these yields anyway, because we don't lime spread, I want to try and make sure we get crop planted in as much of the fields as possible. Obviously we're not going to get any bonus because we haven't mulched. We're not going to be field rolling, so we're not going to get the bonus for that either. Fields are going a little bit wonky now. Like I say, this is where usually GPS would come in and be a big help. Whether I choose to spend the 15 grand and put it on a tractor that's got as much mileage on it as this one, I don't know. Tempted to I'm almost tempted to go contracting again. Let Caleb or Gerald take over this seeding, and I can go and borrow some equipment and help out with some of the other fields on the map. Earn some extra cash. At least put us in a spot where we can actually buy a second tractor. I think another machine is probably critical. Having another tractor would give us options. So hopefully all the crop prices are continuing to rise. Probably won't look at them again until tomorrow, October. See if it's worth selling anything that we've got in the silo. Don't know if it's going to be worth leasing a slightly bigger trailer just to help transport the crops, or whether I'm kind of cutting my nose off to spite my face there by, you know, the fact that we're going to get low prices for the crops anyway, selling them now And then if I go spending money to rent a trailer to transport crops, I'm making even less profit. It's just with our trailer being 12,100 litres, it's going to take quite a lot of time to empty the silo. There's a lot of trips that poor little tractor's going to have to make to sell all our crop. Be interested to know what size this field is actually. I'll have a quick check before I start the next row. Check my measurements and see how big this field actually is. Shall we? Okay, there's a wall there. Life a little bit more challenging. We have got 12.72 acres on this field. 12.72 acres. Okay. Pretty good. Obviously fields 2 and 3 much bigger than this one. Much bigger. Just back that up. That did an awful job there of lining that up with that first row. So far, looks like we're very economical on seed and fertiliser. We are. Certainly with this crop anyway. We need to go give the field 23 seeding after this. I'm going to come back to fields 2 and 5, 2 and 3. I think. I'll leave them till the end. Certainly, possibly field 3, depending on which one's bigger, 2 or 3. Like I say, if I want to do sorghum, I've probably got to wait. Right. Well, it's taken me nearly 40 minutes so far. To seed this field. It's not a bad time. Nice that the seeder's a little bit quicker than the cultivator and certainly the plough. Certainly the stone picker. Doing a good job. Better than Jeremy did on his first attempt at seeding. I don't think I'm doing too badly for freehand seeding without the aid of GPS. And also the fact I'm using a dodgy controller that's got a broken left analog stick that tends to want to always veer off to the right. That I can't centre, can't calibrate to actually be centred. But it always wants to try and turn right on me. I'm not done bad. Just under under 30%. We've used 32% of the seed. We've used 17% of the fertiliser, so fertiliser's going a long way. Fertiliser's fairly economical at this moment in time. Going straight in a straight line now. They tried to make the field straighter there on that row. Less wobble. It's getting a little bit tight down here, so do another little roll this way, another little headland. Got 6 meters of turning space. Oh, tree. And ideally we just want to kind of straight line it rather than veer off to the sides. Probably not going to happen because unfortunately that field is a little bit janky. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing a thing, another thing, a first for the save, a first for the series. We're seeding, we've almost finished seeding our first field. It's gone well so far, touch wood. It'll all be pretty straightforward from here on out, I think. A couple of straight lines left to do. Not bad if it's taken me, what, 45 minutes or so? It's going to take me probably, what, 50 minutes to do the whole field? If I could do a field in under an hour, a whole field in less than an hour, and I've got 3 fields to go, that's not bad. I'll be done by lunch. I'll be done by lunch. So there we go. We're getting into these big grass areas as well in front of me. Need to get in there and do some mowing as well. So much opportunity. Load up with grass and hay and stuff. Be nice to add sheep in at some point, much like Jeremy had first year on Clarkson's farm. Be nice to get the sheep. Nice to get some chickens, so we've got some eggs. And maybe I don't want to sell all my wheat. Right then folks, this video has reached its conclusion point. It's about that time again, unfortunately, where we have reached the end. I'm going to get this field finished. I'm then going to move on and do field 23 off camera. We might come back and do another video of seeding. I might let Gerald take over though, or Caleb, and I might have a look at contracting, doing a bit of contract work and seeing what's out there to help bring in some money for the rest of the day, if this is all going perfectly to plan. And yeah, it'd be nice. So people, do me that massive favour now of clicking the like button before you wander off to watch whatever you watch next. Please make sure you've subscribed to the channel if you're not already doing so. I hope you've left your comments for me to read. I do enjoy reading your comments on the videos. And I hope you've shared this video with everyone you can, everywhere you can. I've been CWATTYESO. This has been Calmsden Farm by Oxygen David. With seeding, ladies and gents. Autumn seeding. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.